What's up, everybody? My name is Aaron, and welcome to the Mad Maker Studio, and welcome back for more of Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. We are down to the wire right now. I've tried wandering a lot since we left Cassidy last episode. We were all the way back in Tennessee. I have not found any more new stories. I'm going to continue looking over here for a little bit longer, just because we no longer have any characters, so there's really no reason to come back over here other than to collect stories. And then we're gonna shift gears and go all the way across to California and Nevada to see Bertha and Fidelina. The bar is crowded with people from every walk of life: businessmen, young men in muddy overalls, and a crowd of girls in slinky dresses preparing their blood alcohol content for a night on the town. But it's the squat, sharp-eyed man in the fedora who catches your attention. Start a conversation. He launches into a wild story about the children struck mute by seeing La Llorona. Halfway through, he stops, recognizing the look on your face. You know this one? You tell him the story about the children frightened of La Llorona. That's it? I think I like mine more. Well, it's more exciting, sure. So that's why I'll keep telling it my way, he says. Let's get another round and do a competitive test on the other folks here, shall we? By the end of the night, the whole bar agrees the new version is better. It might be because your new friend bought them all drinks. Move on. These men lean against the wall of this hardware store, smoking and chatting. They wave you over. You heard this one before? They launch into a group recitation of the trickster raven who preys on travelers, interrupting one another in their excitement to tell it. Wait a second. You recognize the story. It's the story about the raven and the salmon. Someone's added to it in the meantime, though. What do you think? Asks one of the men, eyes bright. You think that really happened? Of course I do. Well, I'm not sure myself, he replies, but dang, it sounds wild. Move on.
Been a while since we last met, hasn't it? It's good to see you. Still fighting, still living. Since we last met, I've kept following the strikes. I've been hearing news about the unions. Makes me feel bigger than myself, like God never did. Been so long since I last chuckled, I'm not sure my mouth can do it anymore. Can you tell me a story that'll make me laugh?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
Give me a moment just to catch my breath. Love? No. Peace and quiet, that's what I look forward to. That stillness, when there's no one telling me to do anything. Anyway, I'm looking for a good laugh. Do you know any funny stories? Oh, my sides hurt. Choices? All right, here's what I wonder. We've got a right to live. We've got a responsibility to live. And if the bank people and the rich men won't let us, then what? Whose fault is it if we snap?
Mic drop.
I've had a hard day. Do you know any hopeful stories to cheer me up?
And we've got her eye fully open, so this is our last conversation with Bertha.
Thank you for sharing that one. I feel a little better now. In the future, I'm hoping we'll rise up. Enough of us will get angry at how we're treated that we'll say no more. I don't know if it'll ever happen. But oh, I think of it all the time. Anyway, I'm looking for a good laugh. Do you know any funny stories? Oh, my sides hurt. Wishes come true. Well, some point you stop wanting things to be different just for you. Things need to be different for everyone. Enough food to pick, good pay for picking it, hot bath water, and no mortgages. Anyway, know any good hopeful stories to share? I could sure use one. That's a good one. I'll try to remember it when I'm out in the fields. My family. Well, maybe the girls will grow up to wonder where I am, if they live long enough. But they won't find me. I'm out of family. There's no one here to save me scraps but me. When there's enough of us that have nothing left but the will to live, a change will come. A change has to come. I don't know if it'll be communists or unions or someone getting religion in a tent. But you can't stamp out the will to live completely. Thanks for talking with me. Not too many have time to listen these days.
Oh, Bertha. Oh. It's amazing how all of these characters and their stories have touched my soul in some way or another and made me think about, things as they are now and how their stories relate to my own experiences.
It is good to see you. My journey is hard and my thoughts are hard. I am glad to see a friend. I often think about mi familia, about how they have changed, about how the world has changed. My niece's husband is not the only one to lose respect for las curanderas. Oh, please, tell me a story sobre la esperanza and all the good in this world. What a good story. Esperanza. It is the most important, I think. My wishes. Every time I succeed in una curación, I am thankful. I have helped a lot of people in my life. I hope to help more before I go. To Dios. But tell me, you must have had muchas aventuras on your travels. Can you share an exciting one? Dios mío, what an exciting life you live. Death began me on this journey. After my husband, que Dios lo tenga en la gloria, died, I knew it was time to leave my village. La comunidad, it changed. And very few who stay would have mi curación. It is my purpose, so I take the road to continue my work. Oh, I want a good, exciting story tonight. Una aventura. My journey is not too much an adventure.
Oh, I beg to disagree. Out of all of these characters, you were the one that would have an anime, and I would watch the heck out of it.
how brave. Dios protect you through these wild adventures. And love. People come to me now only because they are afraid of losing those they love. They are afraid of my healing, but I am their last resort. La curación. It is weaker because of their fear, but I give it out of love. But now, do you have a story about hope? About happiness and the goodness in the world? Mi corazón. That was a good story. Joy, I have lived a good life. I am content with the work I have done. All that is left is to pass on la curación, and mi vida will be complete. But tell me, what is the most frightening thing you have seen on your travels?
Definitely this guy.
What a good story. Like what mi hermano used to tell me as a girl. I am an old woman, but not yet dead. I'm still free to walk la tierra, to learn, to teach. It is the best way to achieve freedom in this world. In the next world, well, I will know when it is time. I am the last of my brothers and sisters, the oldest of my family. I should be la doña, head of my family, of my village. Una curandera who has trained at least one apprentice into a curandera. Instead, I am a simple and old woman who wanders alone. My ways, the ways of old, they are being left behind like me.
Oh, Fidelina.
Is it the same for you? Are you being left behind by the world?
Well, it sure feels like it. Thanks for reminding me. That statement hit me real hard. Oh, Fidelina, I'm gonna miss you the most. Oh, we finally found some new stories up here, but we are sleepy, so let's go ahead and see what Seattle has in the store. Oh, and we can earn money, potentially, after this. Oh, give me that root beer. Go back. Let's try to earn some money. You wander the streets of the city looking for a way to make some cash. Look for work. You wait outside a warehouse for hours. You don't get there early enough for work in the warehouse, but trucks swing by every few minutes, picking up loads of fresh wood, and sometimes a few people from the street corner for a job elsewhere in the city. I know where this is going, and we are not getting in that car. Wait. A battered pickup stops at the curb. There's only a few planks in the bed of the truck, and the cab is packed with teenagers. A young man with a bent cigarette drooping from his lip shouts to you, "Hey, want to make some cash?" Doing what? Suck a ma dee. Shut up, blurts the smoker, shoving his companion hard. It's painting a house, he says. No, thank you. The boys in the truck start screaming a lot of really vile stuff. The driver, red-faced, stomps on the gas so hard that the flap on the back of the truck flops open and his 2x4 scatter all over the street. Dodged a bullet there, probably. Yes, we are never getting in that car again. Here we go. This man can barely wait to get through the pleasantries before asking if you've heard this story. 110% true, he says. I heard it from my nephew, and it happened to someone he knows well. Well, sure. The man launches into his telling. It's polished. He's obviously done this many times before. He tells you the story of the ghost of a woman executed in Paris long ago. You recognize the bones of it from your experience of the dead woman in the yellow ribbon. It's been embellished in the interim, though. Listen to the tale. Afterwards, you thank the man and move onwards. You'll have to remember that version, even if it's not quite what happened. It's a good story. Move on. Oh, I was getting so disheartened because we had not found any new stories in a long, long time. Listen to this, blurts a boy loitering outside this grocery store. He works his way through a long and strange story about the girl who saved chickens from the stew pot. There, he finishes. What do you think? Wait a minute. Whoa, you know the story. It's the story of the girl whose best friend was a chicken, but wildly altered. Well, not really. For a couple moments, you're too surprised to respond. Seriously, the boy insists. What do you think about that one? It's a great story. He smiles sheepishly. Thanks, he says. I heard it from my brother. Move on. Oh, fresh story. I'm so excited.
The lawmen stream past, fired up and in pursuit. It's a miracle they don't run down the man in the red coat. Amid the chaos of horses' legs and swirling dust, he turns to you and grins. But when the last rider passes, the crouching man is gone.
Very strange.
You turn to leave, but a voice interrupts you. Aren't you the least bit curious what I was up to? He sits atop a fence post behind you, tapping his heels against it. His crimson coat is untouched by the dust.
Sure, I'll play along.
Their quarry earned a favor from me. He empties a handful of bullets onto the ground. They'll find her a little harder to hit without these. He flashes rot-worn teeth. You could earn a favor too. He grabs some bullets. Shell game? See if you can best me.
I'm already gonna probably not, most definitely not best him, but not interested or, okay. Okay, that seems like the more interesting option, so let's do it.
He slides from the post and sets up the game. 3 cups, 2 bullets. His movements are exaggerated, taking care to demonstrate that he's making no sleight of hand. Ready?
Watch the cups or study the man. I already know I'm going to lose, so I'm going to study the man.
The cups move like lightning. The man is more readable. You manage 3 correct guesses. On the 4th, you catch him palming the bullets. He grins. Sometimes you have to make your own luck. He presses a bullet into your palm. Maybe this will make some for you.
Okay, thank you, I think. Move on. Oh, wow. Let me add that to my inventory real quick. And let's go back across the way because in the very tip-top northwestern corner of Washington, I do recall seeing at least 2 more stories.
Are they all here for the bar, or did any come to hear me? He turns and starts, but recovers swiftly. Thought you were the manager. He laughs. Not here for an autograph, are you? No, of course not. Did you hear me sing?
I've heard a lot of people sing on my journey. Oh, and I don't know if it's the same guy. Well, no, I didn't see you sing. I just got there. I'm sorry.
Didn't think so. Place was empty. I'd have seen you. He sighs. I'm a good singer. I've packed larger joints, but only the drinkers come now. They don't give a damn about me. He smiles. It is false, but still warm. Why are you here?
I'm just passing through.
A traveler? I used to be one. Was singing my way to New York. Got trapped here. Didn't feel like a trap at first. He grabs the glass, swigs, winces. It's love, of course, or used to be. Can you hate the person you love? Truly hate them?
No or yes. I have a hard time, thinking about all the people in my life that I love, and can I truly hate them? Hate is such a strong emotion. And I mean, like, if you really, really love someone, you might be upset or heartbroken, but I don't think you could ever truly, like, fully 100% just hate them, because when you do, that's when all the love is gone. At least that's my interpretation of it. So I'm going to say no.
He sighs. My fiancé doesn't trust me. Singers are fickle. You'll fall for another. So I stay and my music dies. A glinting track on his face. The path of a tear. The person you love doesn't trust you. No point in proving him wrong. In my place, you'd leave. Wouldn't you?
Okay, so this is a different situation. If she's already, like, you're already engaged and she's already having these doubts, then my friend, you need to move on. You need to leave.
Saying what I want to hear or the truth? He laughs. Not that it matters. If I stay, I got no future either way. So I need to leave. Damn this town. Damn what she thinks of me. Damn her.
That's right. You move on. You find someone else who can appreciate you and you have mutual trust with. Move on. Better to end it now before it escalates to a situation that is not so easy to get out of. That's my takeaway.
The girl presses her fingers into the man's shoulder. Watch. The train pounds past, throwing up thick and suffocating dust. For several minutes, the world is nothing but a cloud. It settles to reveal the two, now painted orange with filth.
What are you doing?
Making sure he understands. She looks at the man. Do you? He nods. Come back tomorrow, an hour earlier. He nods again, glances warily at you, and then runs away. The girl stares at you appraisingly. You ain't escaped. You're not with the law. Why are you here?
Just traveling through.
She snorts. Lucky. She smiles. It's a bright crescent against the ochre dirt. I have a duty. I run the route. I get people out of this shithole. But it means I can't leave.
The route?
At this bend, the trains have to slow. If you've got enough layers on and you know when to jump, get aboard without breaking much. I know all the timings. The look she gives you is combative. If I showed you how, would you take it? A train to anywhere?
No, I'm gonna say yes.
You'd take a chance like that? When you have a choice? She smiles again, but it is forced. Sad. People who like to be surprised by the future never had a really bad surprise.
Okay, move on. That is weird and interesting, like all the other stories I've seen so far. Well, we are closing in on the end of this game. There's a campfire ahead of us. I believe that is Rose and then Cassidy. Those are our last two campfire characters. And then hopefully after that, we'll get some closure with Mr. Wolf and see what exactly the end of the game is. If we accomplished our goal, we certainly did not get to 237 stories. We only have 190, but that's still a significant portion. And I am wondering if some of the other stories would only populate based on decisions I made, or if they're just scattered about, and again, I'm not looking hard enough for them, or I've just overlooked them. Something to keep an eye on when I do my next playthrough of this on my own time. But as for right now, I'm going to go ahead and leave this episode of Where the Water Tastes Like Wine here. I'm looking at the next episode to be the last, so I sincerely hope you will join me. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope to see you next time. Bye!